Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, as always, choose pile 1, 2, or 3, whichever number pops out at you, and watch that part of the video. The timestamps are down in the description. Just want to apologize that I wasn't live last week on YouTube. Like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, YouTube's actually given me a headache and has restricted me going live until don't worry, I'm sorting it. So hopefully next week I'll be live. Not this Monday, but the following Monday I will be live. Um, uh, TikTok is fine, so I will be live 7 p.m. Sunday night on TikTok. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. Until next week, guys, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. Okay, guys, just quickly before we get into it, if you didn't watch the intro or anything, I want to apologize for not going live on YouTube last week. I also won't be going live this week. Like I've been saying for a couple of weeks, YouTube's given me a hard time and has restricted live until I submit some stuff and do jump through some hoops. So I will be live on TikTok at 7 p.m. as usual, but not on YouTube this week. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so you've got the Spirit Energy card and it is upside down. So this is very telling because this talks about positive spiritual energy. It being upside down, it's kind of saying to me that there's a feeling of being lost, not being supported, just not feeling the love at the moment. I do want to say to you that there are a lot of people that are going through illnesses. You may actually be one of them. There is a lot of illness around at the moment. People's individual energies are very low. So I do want to point out, and you probably already know this, it's not that you've done anything wrong or people have a problem with you or don't love you or don't want to communicate or spend time with you. It is simply one of those times at the moment where everybody is kind of got their own stuff going on, and so people are kind of keeping to themselves and getting back their energy. Now, again, I feel like you already know this because in a sort of way you're doing the same thing. So I do want to say concentrate on that. Concentrate on getting your energy back, because I feel like that this feeling of, you know, there's nothing positive around, there's no support. I feel like look, it may be true, but I feel like we're almost exaggerating it, like we're feeling it more than we should be because we're worn down, we're tired, there's illness. It's just individual energy at the moment, okay? Been there, done that. So I think we've all been through that where we're like, oh, I'm taking this a bit far, I'm being a bit unfair to people. Or whatever. But look, I do want to say to you that it's not the fact that there isn't positive, loving energy around you. It's just kind of like you're not feeling it at the moment from other people. That's where I'm going with this. Now, if you sit down and concentrate on getting back your own energy, which you do by relaxation, binge watch a TV show or a movie or go for a walk, whatever you do to relax and unwind. And I felt like 1,000 people just turn around and go, well, there's nothing I do. I never relax. I never unwind. That's half the problem. Well, then that is what you need to concentrate on right now. You need to find a way of relaxation. Okay? It doesn't have to be going rock climbing or painting a masterpiece. It could just be sitting down in your favorite chair, having a cup of coffee with, the TV off and your phone down and just sitting there and taking 5 minutes for yourself. Whatever it is, go have a nap, whatever it is that, starts to give you back your energy, that's what you need to be doing, because you need to be not only getting your energy back, you actually need to be feeling the energy of the universe at the moment. Because you know that I say to you all the time, energy comes in waves and the universal energy right now is blah, blah, blah. Right now, after everything that I've said, right now, the actual universal energy is very strong in a very positive way. I feel like the universe it's almost like a flood that's smashing down obstacles all around us. Okay, so that's why I started this off with the individual energy of how we are feeling and the individual energy of those around us, because yeah, we're still dealing with, like I said, sicknesses and energy being low, but overall we're actually in a positive headspace. So ask yourself that, even if you're feeling like you're missing out on something, or nobody's reaching out to you, whatever. Yeah, that's one thing, but put that aside, and I think you'll find that you're actually got positive energy going on. So the more you rest right now and enjoy that positive energy, the more it's going to build and unblock blockages that are in your way. Okay. Now, the first card out is the very best card you can get in my deck of cards. It is the blessing. It is the happily ever after. It is everything is going to be all right. Not only is everything going to be all right, it's going to be wonderful and fantastic and all those positive things. These are goals and wishes and dreams coming true. Okay. So, you might not be the biggest pop star in the world, but this is kind of saying, look, you are going to have fame around you. You are going to have, this is obviously a metaphor, you are going to have that money coming in where you might not be able to buy $100 million mansion, but you'll be able to buy a $10 million mansion. It's that sort of thing. Find the blessings, find the love, appreciate what you have, and never feel guilty about wanting more, okay? I have to say this to so many people because we're brought up to think that that means greedy, not being grateful for what we have. No, 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 no. Get that out of your head. You're also brought up to believe that spirits and psychics and all of this, it doesn't exist. So look, you need to put that aside. There is nothing wrong with wanting more money or more influence or to be more successful. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what drives us to grow and to change, okay? So yes, be thankful for what you have, but that doesn't mean that you can't want for more. Okay, I've had to explain this to my 78-year-old mother, 78, and she spent her life very blessed, being very thankful for what she has, but also feeling guilty about wanting more because that makes her a bad person. I'm like, it doesn't. It just means you want more. So don't block yourself. Don't block the universe by saying, like being conflicted about that, because it's not being greedy. Being greedy is, look, I'm not going to get into that. We know what being greedy is. But what I'm trying to say is wanting more, there's nothing wrong with that unless you're going out of your way to hurt yourself or hurt other people. Then there's a problem. That's where it falls under the umbrella of being greedy. When you're going out wanting more just for the sake of wanting more, then you're kind of in a gray area. But look, if you've got bills and mortgages, or you want to buy a house, there's nothing wrong with wanting more to be able to do all of that, okay? So just don't beat yourself up about that. Now, I've been rambling, so I better get on with this. This is the elderly card. This is a time frame. This is actually saying your life is going to improve and get a lot more happy and a lot better. And I really do feel financially here as well, in the not too distant future. So I do, again, like I said, there's a positive energy wave going on at the moment, knocking out all the obstacles and challenges that we're facing, for people that are genuinely trying to better themselves and genuinely trying to get over things and through things. This is kind of the universe is like, I've always said it, you 50-50. You've got to put in 50% of the work, and then the universe comes in and does 50% of the work. That's what's happening right now. The universe is coming in and kind of, I don't know how you want to say it, rewarding for all the hard work. But this is the whole point. Things are going to get better. I have been saying it for the last couple of months. The energy towards the end of the year and beginning of next year, up until about February, is going to be very positive. It's very building up a lot of positive things for you guys, okay, for everybody. Now, again, this is just the connection card. It's upside down. It's like, look, you might not be feeling connected to people. You might not be feeling like you're gonna make it, and that these things that I'm telling you about, all this good stuff, you might be like, look, I'd love for that to be true, but I just don't see it. I just don't feel it. That is totally fine, okay? It is fine to not feel it or to be confused on how you're gonna get from point A to point B, but the lesson here is, even if you're not feeling it, don't automatically shut it down in your mind. Don't go, yeah, that's never going to happen. That can't possibly happen. This is my life. It's never going to get better. Don't. Those are all that negative stuff that blocks out the positive energy from the universe. All you need to be doing right now is like, look, I don't see how it's going to happen, but hey, I'd love for it to be for it to happen. I'm open to winning the lotto. I'm open, most people are like, look, I'm never going to win the lotto. No, don't do that. You're wasting your money then. You need to be like, well, look, it's the odds are against me, or the however you want to word it. Like, I probably won't win the lotto, but there's still a chance that I could, so I'm going to play. Ultimately, that's why people play the lotto. They may not think they're going to win, but just in case. But you need to take it one step further with stuff like that. It's got to be, well, there's absolutely no reason why I can't win. Somebody has to win. Why can't it be me? That's the way you need to be thinking of not only playing the lotto, but life in general. It may not happen, but there's no reason why it can't. Don't come up with reasons why it can't, because again, that's building that negativity. Just say, look, it might be difficult for me to get enough money to buy my own house, but it's definitely not impossible. Especially in today's day and age, you could be caught, somebody could be recording you in public and something funny could happen that could go viral and you could be an overnight millionaire. Like, it's just ridiculous, the world at the moment, on how things can happen. So don't shut anything down. Just be like, look, maybe it might not happen, but there's no reason why it can't. Okay? Guys, I hope that helped. As always, if you want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. I'm going to be live at 7 p.m. Sunday night on TikTok. I will be live the following week on YouTube, just not this Monday night. Okay? Really hope that helped, guys. Until next week, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, guys, if you chose pile number 2, this is for you. Also very positive. Good. Okay, just before we get into it, if you haven't watched the intro or the TikTok video, just letting you know that I'm having issues with YouTube. They've actually restricted me going live, which is why I wasn't live last week. I also won't be live this Monday, but hopefully I'll fix it this week so I can go live next week. But I will still be live 7 p.m. on Sunday on TikTok if you want to come over. Okay, guys, your overall card is a surprise and celebration card. It is upside down. Now, don't freak out. That can be a very negative thing, but I actually want to say to you, stop stressing, stop worrying. This big bad clown that has something in his hand that comes from a cartoon, that's normally red with a clock on it. This symbolizes somebody busting in and ruining the party, right? This upside down is actually saying to me that there's nothing big or bad that you need to worry about. The energy, I just obviously finished saying this in the first video, but the energy at the moment is actually very strong, very powerful, and very positive. There's a lot of movement happening, especially towards the end of the year. I've been saying this for the last couple of months. The energy is actually going to be positive towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year until about February. So even if individually you're not feeling it, you may be stressed and worried and anxious and how's this going to, and what's that going to do? You've got to stop. Okay, that's what this reading is about for you at the moment. It's like you've got to stop, you've got to take a breath, you've got to calm down and relax. It is all going to be okay, all right? Obviously, there are going to be problems that pop up, things are going to go wrong. That's just life in general, but there's not any big, bad sort of issue that's coming your way that's going to ruin your day, like ruin the house isn't going to burn down. This is what it's saying. It's kind of like, look, a lot of people have been we're coming up to the end of the year. A lot of people have been going gung-ho all year. It's been one of those years. And so we're mentally exhausted. We're physically exhausted. People are more tired at the moment than ever. So you've got to understand that a lot of what you're feeling right now, may be based on past trauma, past stuff that's happened. But at the moment, it's kind of like, it's almost like you need to have a good night's sleep and wake up tomorrow realizing that you have been feeling anxious about the future, but now you've woken up and you need to open your eyes and be like, well, there's absolutely no reason. I'm expecting all hell to break loose, but there's absolutely no reason why the angels can't come down and bless me and everything's going to be all right. That's what I'm trying to get to you. You need to stop focusing on what may happen, what could happen that's bad, because you're generating a whole bunch of negativity and negative energy by doing that. You're also stressing yourself. So if you're worried that your house is going to burn down and you stress about it now, oh, it could happen, could happen. If your house actually does burn down, you're suffering now thinking about what could happen. And then when it actually does, you're suffering again. So it's almost like you suffer twice. So don't do that. Just understand that, yeah, things can go wrong, but good things can happen. Start focusing on the good things in your life and things that are working out. Thank you, the stars, for your blessings. It's that sort of energy, because the more you concentrate on the positive things in your life rather than the negatives, concentrate on what you do have, not what you don't have, you feel that positive energy and you're like, well, I'm actually in a really good position. There's no reason why I can't go further or I can't have more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more out of life. Okay. So look, there is a lot of, see again, look, this is, there is a lot of positivity there. A positive energy that you can really tap into at the moment. And if you learn to get rid of the anxiety and the worries and tap into that positive energy, it's like riding a wave. Like you are just going to, instead of paddling back to the beach, you're going to be able to take this massive fun wave that's going to take you really fast and make you feel really great to where you want to go. All right. Now, this prosperity card upside down, yes, it does talk about loss, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm actually getting, look, you're not about to lose anything. There's nothing going away. Look, we're coming up to Christmas or holiday period. It is Christmas to me, even though I'm a witch. I still celebrate Christmas. So look, we are coming up to the Christmas period. People are worried about presents and money and all of that. Look, we're all in the same boat. So this year, do not go overboard. If anybody holds it against you that you don't spend $500 on a gift, you can only spend $50. Or instead of spending $50, you can only spend $10. If somebody holds it against you or gets their nose out of joint, then that's a reflection on them, not on you. You need to understand that makes that's a toxic trait. That's a red flag to me. If somebody doesn't understand the financial position you're in, or are expecting something massive from you when they give you nothing, or they've given you a $50 gift expecting a $500 gift from you, and they get angry when they don't get that, then you really need to have a look at that relationship between the two of you, because a lot of people might be like, that's a bit of a joke, but I have known people personally that don't give Christmas presents or birthday presents because they don't want to. That's purely their reasoning. They have actually said that. Don't like it. So, but if I was to do that to them, not give them a present or only spend, $10 on a present, they've gotten really angry at me and taken it personally. And I'm like, hang on. So I've gotten rid of all of those people out of my life, because that's just common sense that, it's not a good friendship and not a good relationship to be around. So look, I do want to say you don't need to, the whole point of that was you don't actually need to worry about loss. There's no big bills coming. There's no big, you're going to lose out on stuff coming up. It's also not, you're not going to lose out on these big dreams or whatever. You are still going to have a really happy life. It's not like you're missing out. Okay. So don't worry about the losses. Now the question card is here and it's upside down. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, know that I'm a very big advocate for people to stop every now and then and make sure that you're still headed down the right path for yourself, that what you're doing, that you're happy with. Like if you're going through, are you still happy at this job? Do you want to change career paths, or do you want to keep doing this? Are you happy in your relationship? We need to be asking these questions on a regular basis. Am I still happy with what's going on and headed in this right direction? Okay. Now, having said that, there are times like right now where there's so much overwhelming stuff going on, especially mentally, that you can't sit there and ask the big questions, okay? Because it's just you're not going to get an honest answer. If you're really, really, really depressed and somebody asks you, you stand in front of the mirror and somebody asks you, somebody says to you, oh, you look gorgeous. You're going to ask yourself, look in that mirror, do I look gorgeous? You're going to be like, no, I'm hideous, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, and blah, blah, blah. Because you're feeling so bad and depressed. You're not seeing clearly. Plus, you're very biased. We're always very biased when it comes to ourselves. But if you're feeling really happy, even if you're not happy with your body, a lot of the times we can look in the mirror and go, okay, well, I don't have the most perfect body, but I do look good. I feel good, and off you go. So it is about perspective, how you're feeling and what's going on. So right now there is negative energy around you. There may be a lot of blockages around you. So if you start going, well, am I happy with my job? I feel like it's almost like, well, you can't really ask that at the moment because right now work is really hammering extra work and it's really busy. Like don't ask big questions at the moment because it's the negative energy is going to be creating false answers. Okay, I hope I'm getting that through to you. Look, it's not just negative energy. You could be feeling really excited, really pumped, and it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do next? That's great that you're feeling that positive energy, and you might be like, I'm going to start my own business. But I feel like, look, right now is not the time to be starting your own business. You need to be like, are you sure you can do this? Like, don't just go and quit your job to start your own business without thinking it through, because next week you might not be feeling the same way and there might be bills to pay and you haven't thought that through. So it is a whole kind of, the energy around you at the moment is not clear to be making those big decisions and big changes and thoughts. Just keep your head down and keep doing what you're doing until you're feeling better, more balanced, and then you can ask those questions. I'm actually feeling no big changes until the end of the year, like beginning of next year, is good advice, good rule of thumb for you guys at the moment. Okay, that could change, but that's what I'm getting at the moment. Now, again, there is no conflict around you. There's no fights. There's no big, look, you're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. That's just life. You're going to get along with some people. You're not going to get along with others. Again, that's just life. But there's no big bad, oh my God, sort of scenario coming for you. This feeling of anxiety and worry, oh, what else could go wrong? This is actually saying, look, get your shit in order, let go of that thinking and that stress and that worry, because there isn't anything big and bad around the corner for you. Okay? Guys, I really hope that helped. If you want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. I will be live Sunday night at 7 p.m. on TikTok. Not on YouTube this week, but will be next week. Until next week, guys, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thanks for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, if you chose pile number 3, ooh, that's interesting. This is your reading. Just quickly, guys, if you didn't watch the intro, YouTube's giving me a hard time and has restricted me going live, which is why I wasn't live last week. I won't be live this Monday coming. But I will sort it all out during the week, so I will be live the following week. I'll still be live on TikTok at Sunday night at 7 p.m. if you want to come past and say g'day. Okay, so this is the positive energy card, spirit energy around you, okay? So look, if you happen to be on the spiritual path at the moment, trying to read cards or contact spirits or anything along that line, as long as you're doing it right. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, because you could be contacting things that you shouldn't be. But this is very good. Oh, well, this actually makes sense. We're coming up to Halloween. Duh. I was going to say this actually, there's a lot of positive spiritual energy around at the moment that will help, that you'll be able to tap into. That will kind of, I feel like right now, imagine you're trying to become a psychic reader, tap into that energy. You might be improving by 10% every month of the year. Right now, if you tap into that, I feel like it's almost like you'll be excelling at 20% per month, increasing your ability 20%, because the spiritual energy on the other side is helping you at the moment. Okay, so right now is a good time to get into that. Now, I'm just going to say this, working with spirits, make sure you create an area for yourself that you, in your mind, say out loud, evil cannot get in here. Create a circle of white light around you, or salt. I would suggest salt if you're new. And then try and speak to the spirits. But make sure you're constantly, look, I only want to talk to the good things. I don't want the bad things. They're not welcome here, because that's how you invite things into your house. That's how you open doorways to allow bad things to come through. Even if they don't come into your house, they can go next door and cause havoc or down the street. Okay, that's the principle behind a Ouija board as well. So make sure your whole intention is to only contact good spirits, and bad things are not welcome. White light and protection and salt and all of that. I don't know why I felt compelled to explain that to you guys, but I did. So a lot of positive energy. Now, I also feel like maybe even because of this, there is a lot of positive energy around you in general. It's almost like I feel like people are being attracted to you. It's almost magnetic at the moment. And things are just working out in a positive way. So I've said it in both the last two readings. I'm going to say it again to you guys. I normally give you a weather forecast of the universal energy, and right now I'm feeling that it's very, very powerful and it's very, very positive. So I've described it as a raging flood, except it's not destroying people's homes. What it is doing is clearing out debris and all the blockages that are stopping good things in your life, okay? As long as you've been working towards good things, as long as you've been putting in the hard work, right now the universe is like getting rid of all of the challenges and stuff to help you advance further and quicker, okay? So that is the energy at the moment. Having said that, individually, people have been feeling a bit down, a bit sick, losing, burnt out. Very understandable. Right now, I feel like it's almost like you're coming out of that, you're getting your second wind. And you're going to be able to move forward positively, okay? A lot of positive, I feel like a lot of invitations and a lot of this and a lot of that, a lot of outings. Don't overdo it. If you don't want to go somewhere, don't want to do something, then don't do it. I feel like you're in a very clear, balanced mindset at the moment that to be able to make genuine decisions of whether, you want to go out or not. There's no right or wrong answer about whether you go out and celebrate and have fun or not. That it's not one of those times that, look, you need to stay home and get your energy back together. It's actually the opposite. You're in the right space to make those decisions. Now, having said that, there is the succubus card. This is anxiety, worry, fear. Now, I don't know why I don't normally put fear into this. I don't normally say that. If you've been following me for a while, you'll probably understand, but I'm being compelled to say fear. I feel like that this is talking about there is a significant fear that you are feeling at the moment that is causing a lot of anxiety and worry. It's almost like it's being pushed down in your stomach, like you don't want to think about it and you'll deal with it later. And look, that's a very positive coping mechanism sometimes. Not everybody can do that. But I do want to say to you that I think you need to take 5 minutes to process whatever this fear that's creating this anxiety and worry is, because it's not a realistic fear. Okay, I think that that's why a lot of people are dismissing it and pushing it down, but that fear is still there and it is actually influencing. That could actually be why you're compelled to move faster and do more right now, because subconsciously or down in your gut, you've got this fear that if you don't do it now, you're never going to be able to do it. If you don't lose weight right now, then there goes that chance you're never going to be able to lose weight again, which makes no sense, but that's how we feel at times. It's also the fear that, oh, I want to buy a house, I've got my money together, but there's nothing that I really like on the market at the moment, or they're just a little bit too expensive. The fear there could be that if I don't buy a house right now, I'm never going to buy one. Again, unrealistic fear. It's almost along the same lines. This fear is almost the same lines as paranoia. Paranoia, unless you're right, paranoia is, worrying about something that just doesn't exist, creating a mountain out of a molehill. Obviously, it's not really, but that's the part that I want to tap in for you guys. This fear, it's very possible that you will never buy a house again, because you could get hit by a meteor tomorrow. You might not be able to buy a house because, the end of the world happens. If you're going to look at things like, oh, if I don't do it right now, if I don't buy a house right now, then I might not be able to do it. That's just as crazy as being hit by a meteor or the world blowing up or something. So if you're going to go one extreme, you might as well go full extreme with that. This is what I'm saying. These fears are unrealistic at the moment. Just because there isn't a house on the market for you to buy right now, don't rush into it, because it will be a forever regret. There will be a house for you. There will be the perfect thing for you. Just wait, okay? And that's what I'm saying with these fears. They're not real. You need to deal with them and go, okay, I'm being a little bit silly here. You know, it's kind of like, especially as people get older, if I don't find a relationship right now, then I'm going to be alone forever. It's very, very easy for us to feel that way, but it's not a realistic fear, okay? That's not true at all. That is just almost paranoia. It's worry and stress that has, it's like there's a demon inside you feeding off that. Get rid of that way of thinking because it's not true, okay? Now, here's the danger and authority card. Now, this is the worst card you can get in my deck of cards, and I'm actually feeling very positive about this because, yes, it normally is a bad card. It talks about danger and worry, but I actually feel the authority part here is also a positive thing. Yes, the police can arrest us for breaking the law, but the police can also be there for us when, somebody else is trying to attack us. The police are still there to help us. And it's the same as the government, yes, they tax us like ridiculous and we have all that anxiety when it comes to tax time, but the government can also be there to support us in times of need. That's what I'm actually getting. There is some sort of support around you, opportunity around you almost, that is almost tied to government or something official that can help, that is going to help, that is going to be there as an opportunity. So to put it very, very simply, it could be that, we've had stimulus packages in the past. It really could be that the government turns around and goes, okay, we're going to give everybody $1,000 to help with Christmas. It could be that they come out and go, we're going to give everybody another energy rebate or something like that. But I do feel like that there is something official that is going to come through. It does have to do with money, especially, that is going to help you out. So don't get stressed about that. This is actually a positive thing. Look, if you are looking for jobs at the moment, the government or council or whatever, very, very positive sign here to go for that sort of thing. But yeah, there is going to be some sort of help available. I don't know what specifically this is. It's almost like we know that the hurricanes hit Florida, and there's a lot of government agencies that are extending financial aid and resources and helping. It's almost like that's the sort of energy that I'm picking up around you guys, but without the natural disaster, without the it's kind of like I feel like the government is, look, I'm going to go with a stimulus. I don't actually think that that's what it is, but it's almost like the government or something is going to give back. Could be rebates, I'm not sure, but there is some sort of positive energy coming in from there. Now, this is positivity. This isn't energy. This is just positivity. And upside down, it means a flat line. It doesn't mean negative, okay? So it is saying that it is a time, picture a flat line on a heart monitor. The heart goes, it pops up and then drops down to that flat line. It pops up and drops down to that flat line. When somebody's dead, it's just that flat line. Now, this isn't actually talking about death, although there is going to be a few before the end of year. They just said to me, so just keep that in mind. But it's expected death. It's like, that this isn't for people watching, it's for people around you. It's kind of like there are a few deaths where you're suspecting that it's going to be the case, and I feel like it is going to be the case. But this positive energy card being the flat line is not a bad thing. That flat line is that's balance. That's where we are actually supposed to be. Those points where you jump up really high, that's great and whatever, but you can't live there. Even when we've got extremely positive energy around us and we're feeling really great, we make bad decisions. We promise things and we agree to things because we're in such a great mood. Yeah, no problem. But when you come back to that flat line, that balance, and you're like, oh shit, I just agreed to help them move next weekend. Oh, I really don't want to do that. You still have regrets. Same as when, if you're to go the opposite way and under that line, those are the pitfalls of life where things go really wrong. You've got to want to be at that. You've got to kind of balance and try and be at that flat line, because that is peace, harmony, balance, everything that you're looking for. So if things are pretty slow around you at the moment, like nothing really happening, Don't mistake that for you missing out on something. Don't mistake that for boredom. Understand that that's what you're actually striving for, where you can, yeah, there's nothing really going on at the moment. What do I want to do to bring myself happiness? Do I want to stay at home and watch a movie? Nothing wrong with that. Or do I want to call my friend and say, hey, let's go out for dinner? Again, nothing wrong with that. It's when you're in that balanced state, you are clear-minded, clear-focused to go after what you really want. So this is also a very good card. Guys, I really hope that helps. Sorry it went longer than usual. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. I will be live 7 p.m. on TikTok on Sunday night. I won't be live on YouTube this week, but I will be next week. Until we meet again, guys, blessed be.